Hi, this is Mairead from Pearl Yoga, and you are very welcome to this sequence designed especially for golfers. Yoga can help improve a number of elements of the golf practice, including your swing, mental power, balance and strength. We're going to start with just a short breathing exercise. You can bring your hands to gently rest onto your belly and just close your eyes for a moment. Starting to notice the movement of your breath. As you breathe in, noticing your body expand a little. As you breathe out, notice it just contract and release the breath. We're doing this exercise to help to focus the mind. Focusing on the movement of your own breathing can help to develop concentration, develop your focus. So if other thoughts come into your head, that's perfectly fine, but try not to focus on them right now. Bring your attention back to your breathing, the movement of your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And you can just start to blink your eyes open now. We'll start off with some exercises to just loosen up a little as we sit here, beginning with the shoulders. So stretch your arms out in front, your palms are facing upwards. Bringing your fingertips to rest on the shoulders and elbows come together if that's okay. And then we're going to start off by just bringing the elbows up, out to the side and down. And as you do this, we're circling as though we're drawing a circle from the elbow points. If it feels okay for the shoulders, increasing the size of the circle. So you're bringing your elbows up as high as you can, out as wide as you can, squeezing your shoulder blades back together and down. And notice how the shoulders are feeling as you do this. Notice how your chest is. We're beginning to hopefully loosen out around that area. So going as wide as you feel comfortable with. Doing 2 more of these. Just noticing how does it feel as you do it. See how your shoulders and your back are feeling when you do this. And then you can relax your arms down. We're trying to sit up as straight as possible. So we're using the postural muscles in the back. And then begin to stretch both arms up towards the ceiling, reaching the arms upwards. Notice how this feels. And then allow your right hand to come down. We're going to lean over to the right side. As you do so, let the hand slide a bit away from the body. Let the elbow just gently release down so that your shoulder stays down. And try to keep your left arm alongside your ear. Feeling the stretch in the side of your body and just notice how this feels. And then coming back up to the center, stretching the other arm up, reaching both arms upwards, bringing that left hand down. So allow the hand to just slide out towards the left side, resting your palm, allow your elbow to just bend a little so your shoulder relaxes. And then keeping the arm along your right arm alongside your ear, feeling the stretch on that right side. So you might notice now a difference between the sides. So the left and the right side can feel different. And in yoga, we're working to balance out both sides. Slowly coming back up again, you can stretch that left arm up, reaching both arms up. Notice how that feels for you. And then bringing both hands down. Great. We're going to do a twist now to the side to again work on loosening out the torso area. For this one, bringing your right hand across to the left leg, bring your left hand behind your back, but rather than leaning back into it, see can you bring your left hand in as close to the middle of your back, to your spine as possible. So you're using that hand to help you to sit really upright. And then we're going to start to turn from the waist first, then the rib cage, the shoulder, and then turning your head to look around towards that left side. So the head is the last part to actually turn. So this is giving us a twist for the whole torso. Notice how it feels. Notice if there is any tightness, if you're feeling that you're not that flexible, don't worry, that's why you do these exercises. You gently come back around to sit nicely upright once more, and you do the other side. So bringing your left hand to the outside of your leg, bring your right hand behind. So once more, see can you bring that hand in as close as possible so you sit up as tall as possible, and then begin to turn towards the right side, beginning with your waist, then your rib cage, your shoulder, and then allowing your head to come around to look towards that right side. Breathing normally, or as normally as you can in this position. Just see how it feels. Noticing again the difference maybe between the left and the right sides. And then coming back around to the centre so that we're sitting nice and tall once more. We're going to move now to sit back on our heels. And just make sure you have some space in front of you to do this. Try to stay sitting back on the heels if that feels okay. Bringing your hands about shoulder width apart, fingertips down onto the mat, sliding your hands forward, still sitting back on the heels if possible, and you're keeping your elbows off the mat. You can inch your right hand a little forward here, and see can you inch your left hand a little further forward, trying to keep both hands in line here. Allow your head to just look down. See how this feels now, stretching out the arms all the way into the tops of the shoulders. Breathing here, notice how it feels just to be in this stretch. And then coming up onto your hands and knees, we're moving into what's known as a tabletop position. So for this, wrists are coming under the shoulders, we have the knees and feet about hip width apart, and then we're doing some weight bearing here onto the hands, onto the wrists. So just allow your weight to roll a little forward so that it's not completely at the back of the hands, but it's actually coming to the base of the fingers here. And we're gently resting into this. And then taking a breath in, looking forward, opening up your chest. As you breathe out, begin to arch your back up. Allow your head to relax down. And notice how the back feels. Breathing in, looking forward. So if you can do this with the breathing and the movement, looking forward, opening up the chest. As you breathe out, you arch your back up. The head is relaxing down. So this is a great one for the back. And you can really feel it often in the lower back, the thoracic spine, in the shoulders as you do this. So noticing if there is any tightness. As long as there's no pain, it's good to do these stretches, because if there is tightness, then you're just beginning to ease it out as you move into the stretch. So see how this feels. And we'll do one more, arching up. And then coming back to rest just in our tabletop position. So staying in this same position on hands and knees. We're going to keep the hands and the legs where they are and just begin to turn towards the right side. So you're bringing your right shoulder and your right hip a little closer together, if that feels okay. Back around towards the front, And then starting to turn towards the left. Shoulder and hip coming towards each other. And back around to the center. Great. From here, doing another stretch for the back and for the shoulders. Start to stretch your left arm up, reaching that left arm up. See how it's feeling. Bringing your hand down and bringing it between your right hand and your right knee. Palm is facing upwards. And we're going to slide that arm out towards the side. If possible, bringing that left shoulder and your head to rest down. Just very gently resting down here. Stretching out the back, the shoulder. Notice how this feels. And then pressing into your right hand to come up. We'll stretch that left arm up again, reaching up, really opening up the chest and the back. And gently bringing your hand back down again. Doing the other side. So starting with the right hand now, stretching that arm up. So really reaching up, opening up your chest. Notice how this feels for your back. And then we're bringing the hand down in between the left arm, the left knee. Bring the shoulder all the way down, if possible, relaxing your head down, looking towards that left side. Just taking a breath here. And then coming back up, just reaching the arm up one more time, opening it up, and then coming back. If the wrists are starting to feel this now, just give them a little break. So you can fold your thumb in, fingers over, and just circle the wrist to loosen out. As we do these weight bearing, you might begin to feel it. We're going to do another one from this tabletop position. So just as you come back into it, just checking that your wrists are in line with the shoulders. And this time, curling your right toes under, beginning to lift that leg up just to hip level. So you don't want to lift any higher, the hips will twist. We're just keeping the leg at hip level, pointing the toe down towards the floor. And then if this feels okay, we're going to extend the opposite arm forward. So as you reach it out, you're bringing in balance. So this is where we're developing more of the focus, the concentration. So for this, you can pick a point on the floor, somewhere in front of you, focus on the breathing. We're working obviously on the strength as well in the leg and the arm to help you to hold this. But just noticing your breathing as you do it. Notice, how do you feel as you do this? Is it in the leg or the arm you feel it more? And then gently bring your hand down, your knee down, and once more you can give the wrists a little break if you like. So fold your thumb in, fingers over, and just circling the wrists to loosen them. So this is a good one to do for the wrists anyway, just to loosen them out at any stage if you do start to feel there's tension or tightness building up there. And shake out the hands as well. Other side, as yoga is all about balance, doing both sides, we're trying to develop strength and flexibility equally on both sides as we're doing all of these. So curl your left toes underneath, lifting the leg up. You can just check once more if you're looking back to see that it is more or less at hip level here. Pointing the toe down towards the mat, extending back into your heel, lengthening there, and then stretching the other arm forward, reaching that arm forward, extending it forward, breathing. Maybe picking a focus point again for your gaze to look at, focusing on your breathing, noticing how it feels. Just be aware of that stretch across your body now as you're doing this. Last breath as we're holding it. And then gently that hand comes down and the knee. And we'll give the wrists that little break once more, just circling. You can bring the hands together if you like, just stretch out, loosening the wrists out as we do this. Great. So one more from our tabletop. Coming up, checking wrists under the shoulders, knees in line with the hips, about hip width apart, feet in line with the knees. Curling both toes under this time, lifting the knees off the mat, stretching back a little into the hips. Now if this is a bit too strong, you can come down to rest on the knees, but otherwise begin to straighten one leg at a time. And this can feel quite strong in the legs. So if the back of the legs are tight, the calves or the hamstrings, you might feel this quite strongly. Try to bring your shoulders away from the ears, working into it. This is a strong stretch, but it's a great one for the back, and it's also strengthening the arms and the legs as we do this. So we'll just hold it just for another breath or two, working into those legs, straightening them out a little bit more each time, seeing how this feels, and then gently coming back down to rest on the knees. Point the toes away. We'll sit back for a moment, loosening out the wrists if you need to. Just take a breath here. We're going to do one more to finish off. So coming forward, bringing the soles of your feet together. Now, it's important when you do this that you don't bring the feet in too close and then the back end up hunch, the knees are coming up towards you. Instead, bring your feet just that bit further away so that you can sit up really tall, maybe open the knees out that little bit more. See how that feels. So finding whatever position feels good for you, depending how close it is, you can bring the feet while still sitting up nice and tall. And then depending on where your feet are and the length of your arms, you can hold your shins, your ankles, your toes, whatever works best. Just sitting up really tall here. This is opening out around the hips that bit more. Taking another breath as you do this. Notice how you feel now. Breathing here. That's all you have to do when you're holding. Just taking a breath in and taking a breath, allowing it to release back out. So really trying to focus as much as you can on the breathing. Developing that bit more concentration, that focus each time. You just keep bringing yourself back to just noticing the movement of your breath. We'll allow the legs now to just go into a more easy cross-leg position or feet side by side, and just taking a couple more breaths here like this. Notice how are you feeling as you do it. So this sequence is designed to really release out some of the tension that can build in the body, the tightness. And it can be done before or after your golf practice to loosen out, but also to aid the recovery time after your practice. So just taking one more breath here. And thank you very much. Namaste. Enjoy.